Imagine a cosmic dance where everything that exists, light and shadow, love and hate, inspiration and fear, is orchestrated by a single universal truth. Today we will explore that truth, the law of polarity. Get ready to dive deeply into the fourth Hermetic principle and uncover how it shapes both the visible and invisible universe around us, revealing the balance that governs all existence. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. This quote from the Kybalion forms the foundation of the law of polarity, the fourth Hermetic principle. This law reveals that everything in existence is interconnected through opposing poles: hot and cold, light and darkness, good and evil, positive and negative. These opposites are not enemies locked in eternal conflict. They are complementary, like two forces of the same current, coexisting to create balance and motion. This principle is deeply rooted in the very structure of the universe. However, the law of polarity extends far beyond the physical realm. It operates in our thoughts, emotions, and daily experiences. For example, have you ever noticed that happiness can only be truly understood after experiencing sadness? These emotions, though seemingly opposite, are simply two sides of the same coin. The same principle applies to the spiritual journey. Light cannot be recognized without shadow. Opposites not only coexist, but depend on each other to hold meaning. The universe is a dance of complementary forces. Thus, understanding the law of polarity is essential to comprehending both yourself and the world around you. It invites us to see reality not as a battlefield of extremes, but as a harmonious fabric where each polarity contributes to the creation and balance of existence. Instead of choosing sides, we can learn to navigate between them, finding harmony within the dual flow of the universe. But how do we navigate these poles? Through the law of vibration. We will explore that soon. The law of polarity is not just an abstract concept. It is a force that permeates every aspect of life, shaping experiences, emotions, and even the most mundane processes. Consider something as simple as preparing a meal. We apply heat to raw, cold food. This interaction between opposites, heat positive and cold negative, creates transformation, making food ready for consumption. Without this polarity, change could not occur. It is balance that ensures the perfect outcome, not too burnt, not too raw. Polarity also manifests in social and political forces. In any system, opposing ideologies, conservatism and progressivism, right and left, exist. While they may appear in conflict, they are complementary. Both are necessary to maintain equilibrium, provoking change while ensuring stability. When one ideology dominates completely, society either becomes rigid or chaotic. The interaction of extremes sparks dialogue and, ideally, leads to progress. In the end, everything is part of a single spectrum. The law of polarity manifests powerfully in the realm of human emotions, where we not only find contrast, but also an intricate relationship between opposites, shaping our deepest feelings. Love is expansive. It dissolves barriers, connects us, and makes us feel aligned with something greater than ourselves. On the other hand, fear is contractive. It creates distance, builds walls, and drives actions based on instincts of protection and survival. These two polarities are the foundation of all creation, and the ultimate transformation is the shift from one extreme to the other, from intense fear to unconditional love. This is union with the divine. If love and fear are opposing forces that expand and contract our perception, then hatred and passion are two poles of energy manifesting emotional intensity. Both are fiery, both are overwhelming. One repels us, while the other draws us in. Hatred arises as an intense reaction, a destructive force that seeks to eliminate its object. Passion, on the other hand, is just as intense but constructive. It drives us to create, connect, and explore. Human emotions are not static. They flow between polarities like a pendulum. Recognizing this oscillation is the first step toward transforming our emotional states. The law of polarity is also embedded in the essence of existence. We only understand life because death exists, and vice versa. Leaves fall in autumn, nourishing the soil in winter, allowing life to be reborn in spring. Even the simplest choices reflect the law of polarity. Every decision means letting go of an alternative. Choosing to wake up early to meditate means forgoing the comfort of sleeping longer. Choosing a spiritual path means distancing yourself from material superficiality. There is no absolute right or wrong, only the dynamic balance between polarities, and you are the one who chooses how to live within it. The foundation of all matter in the universe is the atom, and its very existence is a perfect manifestation of polarity. Protons carrying a positive charge are located in the nucleus of the atom, representing the centralizing force that holds the structure together. Electrons with a negative charge orbit around the nucleus, acting as dynamic forces that generate motion and energy. It is this opposition that interacts to create stability. Without this electrical polarity, atoms could not form molecules, and matter as we know it would cease to exist. The force of attraction between protons and electrons is not merely functional, but also plays a crucial role in structuring everything, from the oxygen we breathe to the stars in the cosmos. In essence, everything that exists in the manifested universe is energy oscillating between two polarities, governed by the law of vibration. The law of vibration determines where energy falls on the spectrum and consequently defines its characteristics. One of the most fascinating examples of this polarity lies in electromagnetic waves, the foundation of technologies such as radio, television, the internet, and even our biological systems. Electromagnetic waves are vibrations that travel through space, carrying energy. They consist of two fields oscillating in opposing poles: the electric field with positive and negative charges, and the magnetic field with north and south poles. These fields are in constant motion, creating interactions that propel the wave forward. It is the polarity between these fields that allows energy to travel, transmitting signals from one point to another, whether through light, heat, or data transmission. The light we see is an electromagnetic wave, just like the radio signals or Wi-Fi we use daily. What differentiates them is frequency and wavelength, both manifestations of the law of vibration, intrinsically linked to polarity. We live in a world connected by invisible networks, all based on electromagnetic waves. The duality between electric and magnetic fields is the engine that sustains this entire technological infrastructure. When you use your smartphone or computer, electromagnetic signals are constantly being sent and received. Satellites orbiting Earth operate on the same principles to transmit radio, television, and GPS signals. Even the electricity powering our devices is a direct manifestation of polarity, constantly alternating between positive and negative charges in what we call alternating current, AC. The law of polarity, in harmony with the law of vibration, is a powerful key to the conscious creation of reality. While polarity reveals the two extremes of a spectrum of possibilities, vibration is the driving force that oscillates between those poles. When we understand how these laws operate together, we gain the ability to shape our lives consciously, aligned with universal forces. Polarity presents opposites: hot and cold, love and fear, light and shadow. Vibration, on the other hand, is the continuous movement between these extremes. Take temperature, for instance. Hot and cold are not isolated qualities, but rather labels we use to describe opposite points on the same spectrum. By increasing or decreasing vibration, cold can transform into heat and vice versa, effectively allowing us to navigate along this spectrum. This principle applies to every aspect of life. Imagine facing financial difficulties. If you focus on what is lacking, complain, and adopt a victim mindset, you vibrate at the frequency of scarcity, the lower end of the spectrum. However, by consciously practicing gratitude for what you already have and visualizing prosperity as your present reality, you shift your vibration to a frequency of abundance, the higher end of the spectrum. This intentional adjustment naturally attracts opportunities aligned with prosperity. Think this is nonsense? Try it. The alchemist's laboratory is their own mind. Conduct the experiment for yourself and then decide, based on your own experience, if this is not how reality truly works. As Heraclitus once said, struggle is the mother of all things. The dialectic between opposites creates movement, growth, and evolution. There is no progress without opposition, no evolution without challenge. Life, with all its polarities, is an expression of this eternal truth. The key to true wisdom lies in understanding the necessity of opposites, while simultaneously transcending the idea of separation. Rather than rejecting or battling one pole, we must learn to integrate both sides within ourselves. The true alchemy of the soul is the ability to navigate these contrasts. When you face a challenge or a difficult situation, instead of focusing solely on the problem, the negative pole, you can choose to see the lesson or opportunity it presents, the positive pole. This transforms adversity into fertile ground for growth and learning. Every moment of our lives offers the opportunity to experience polarity. It is present in our relationships, our emotions, our choices, and even in the small, everyday decisions. However, true transformation occurs when we realize that we are not at the mercy of these opposites, but are co-creators of our reality. By becoming aware that everything has two polarities, we can use this as a tool to move toward growth. True freedom comes when we understand that we are more than the poles we experience. We are the consciousness behind the polarity, capable of choosing which side to align with, thus shaping our reality. What are you creating in your life today? Are you choosing to feed fear or love? Thank you for watching.